So do you also use Elementor to collect the details of your potential students for your own coaching class? Then this video can be really helpful for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video we are going to understand how to capture coaching form submissions and log them into Google Sheets. So like you, I'm also running a coaching class and we also use Elementor forms in order to collect the details of our potential students. Now what I want is that whenever a new form submission is made in Elementor, I want to add the potential student details into my Google Sheets also, so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Elementor and Google Sheets, and we are going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So let's begin and create a connection between Elementor and Google Sheets in such a way that whenever we receive a new lead for a coaching class using Elementor forms, automatically the lead details get added in my Google Sheets. But before we move on further and create this automation, I'll just show you the proper working of this automation. So let's say I'm going to fill in this form over here, enter the details, and then let's say I'm going to click on this button which says send, and once we click on this send, it is saying your submission was successful. I'm going to open my Google Sheets, and as you can see, the details of the new submission has been added in my Google Sheets. Within seconds and in real time, the details have been added. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we're going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm going to open a new tab and search for the landing page of Pabbly Connect by typing pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and Pabbly Connect is the tool using which we're going to create a connection between Elementor and Google Sheets. But before we move on further and create this connection, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflow tips, doubts and solutions. So if you're stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance because we have experts in this community who are ready to help you. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Let's head back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect and create this connection. For that, we have two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. If you are also an existing user, you can also click on this sign in. Now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this button which says access now. Now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account, and to get started with this automation, I'm going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder, the new one or the classic one. So the new workflow builder is faster, flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface, while the classic one on the other hand is stable, has a familiar approach and ideal for those who want to try it and test it setup. So you can use any one from this. I'm going to use this new one, so I'm going to go towards the select of the new one. Now for the workflow name, I'm going to enter my workflow name as capture coaching form submissions and log them into Google Sheets. And for the folder, I'm going to select the folder as automations. So on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created, in which I save my workflows. And if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only and click on this button which says create. And once we click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger starts the process and the actions are results towards the same. So to get started, let's select our trigger application. So you have to go towards this add trigger and for the trigger application we simply have to select it as Elementor. Now for the trigger event we have to select it as new form submission and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Elementor and Pabbly Connect, we have received a webhook URL, and using this only we're going to create the connection. So what we have to do is we simply have to copy this webhook URL and open our Elementor. So over here you're going to see that this is the form for which we want to create this automation. So what you have to do is you simply have to go towards this edit with Elementor of this form, and a window something like this will appear in front of you. I'll just let you know that Elementor is a plugin of WordPress, and after opening this window you simply have to go towards this form fields, and on the left hand of the side you're going to get this option. Alright, so you have to scroll and go towards this actions after submit, and you have to add the action right over here, which is webhook. So you have to search for webhook and add webhook, and once you add webhook as the action, automatically it is going to appear right over here too. Now you have to open this webhook and it is asking for the webhook URL. So let's paste the webhook URL which we copied from the workflow, and as you can see that we have successfully pasted it. Now click on this button which says publish, and once we click on this publish, with this we have successfully added the webhook URL in this form, and with this we have successfully created a connection between Elementor and Pabbly Connect. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response. So how are we going to capture this webhook response? So to capture this webhook response we have to do a test submission. So I'm going to open my form and fill in this form once again. So let's fill in this form. For the first name I'm going to keep it as dummy, last name as user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com, this as the phone number. For the age group 18 to 14, and for the highest qualification I'm going to keep it as bachelor's degree, and click on this send. And once we click on this send, it is saying your submission was successful. Alright, now I'm just going to open my workflow and going to see that Pabbly has successfully captured the response of this test submission. We have captured the webhook response 4 seconds ago, and we're going to see that this is the details which we entered during our test submission, and now we have to add these details only in our Google Sheets. So what we have to do is we simply have to close this trigger and go towards this add new action step button, and now for the action application we simply have to search for Google Sheets and select it. Now for the action event we have to select it as add new row and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, you're going to get two options. One is add a new connection and the another one is select existing connection. So if you have already created a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, you can go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and click on this button which says sign in with Google. And once we click on this sign in with Google, Pabbly is asking me for the Gmail account with the help of which I want to create this connection. So let's select the Gmail account over here, and after selecting the Gmail account, Pabbly is asking for some permissions. So what you have to do is you simply have to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because your data is safe with Pabbly, no need to worry. Let's move on further. It is asking me to select the spreadsheet and the sheet after creating this connection. So as you can see, the name of my spreadsheet is lead details and the name of my sheet is sheet 1. So let's select the same over here. You have to keep in mind that you have to select the same spreadsheet and the sheet you want to create this automation for, or in which you want to add the lead details. Now after selecting this, it is asking me for all of these details, which is first name, last name, email, phone, and the rest of the details. So these details are exactly the same which we had right over here in the columns of Google Sheet. So let's move on further and add all of these details, but we are not going to enter the details manually by typing it like this, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step, and when we insert the data from the previous step, automatically our data becomes dynamic and change with every new response received. So one by one I'm going to map all the details right over here. First I'm just going to map this name, then the email, then the phone number. Now I'm going to map this age group. We're going to move on further and map this highest qualification too. And after mapping all of these details, simply click on this button which says save and send test request. And once we click on the save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added the lead details in our Google Sheet. Alright, let's open our Google Sheet, and as you can see, the lead details have been added. You're going to see the first name, the last name, the email address, the phone number, the age group, and the highest qualifications. The details are exactly the same which we entered during our test submission, and with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now whenever we're going to receive a new form submission from Elementor, automatically the lead details will be added in our spreadsheet. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send contest request. Like I showed in the starting of this video, whenever this form is getting filled, automatically the lead details will be added in your Google Sheets. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone, and the workflow link of this workflow is attached in the description box below. You can check it out. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. And now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.